What's going on, y'all? So a lot of people have been wanting me to do this. They're talking about I'm like dodging or whatever. I'm like, no, 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 no. We're gonna get to this. And as a matter of fact, it's not as terrible as they think, because I've been telling people this was gonna happen, and it's not something that's gonna surprise me because it's still not to me in the anti-consumer zone until it starts to go up ridiculously. Like to me, I still think this is a good deal. So right here, as we see, like I'm subscribed, new code strings attached to Xbox Game Pass suggest a price increase may be imminent. I told you they were going to do this. And I think everybody kind of knows this in a way. It's like Netflix at a point to where it's like, this is still a really good deal. You know what I mean? And at a point, it's like, doesn't make me mad that it's going to go up. But after that, yeah, it'll start getting ridiculous. Like once it gets past 25 a month, and it's like, okay, you know what I mean? But I still think at 25, it's fine. And in this video, we're also going to take a look at Sony's PlayStation Plus value and how they want to jack up the price. What's the price of it? And we're going to look at the Nintendo Switch Online value. Because the other day, or it may have been earlier today, I was saying that, you know, the best deals in gaming, for sure, Game Pass, and then the Switch Online, and then PlayStation last. Nintendo Switch Online is the cheapest, obviously, and is the easy entry level. You only have to pay and I'll just be straight up with you guys. You only have to pay $4 a month if you really only want to do that, and you're not making that much. You only have a little bit of change left over. You could do 3 months for $8, or you could do an entire year for $20. Yes, why would you not do that? And you could play online, have all that. You see what I mean? That's not that expensive. Everybody talks about online used to be free. Well, it used to be. Who do you think started that? Microsoft did. Nintendo always had online be free for the longest. But even when they come in, it's literally equivalent to $1.67 per month. That is nothing. That's why I don't complain about that. Now, the expansion, which I think is worth it, which I have, as you see right here, automatic renewal enabled, is $50 a year. But what you get out of that is actually worth it. You get an GameCube online, 64 online, Game Boy Advance. You get free season passes, free upgrade packs. We're going to get into more of this in a second, but this is just looking at the base prices real quick. This is not greed. This is pretty damn cheap. We're doing the same thing you would do over on PlayStation Plus, right? Now let's take a look at premium. It's $18 a month. Almost 1 year of Nintendo Switch Online for 1 month of premium if you wanted to do that. Now, if you wanted to get a good deal, which Sony thinks, it's $160 for 4 years, or you wait on that discount to get that. You see what I'm saying here? Nintendo's premium service, $49.99 for the expansion pack, which we're going to see the value in a second, is literally not even a third of that, because 50 times 3 is 150. It's still more expensive. You see what I mean? For what? And then this is what you're getting this month, this garbage, just for the basic. Plus, which they're charging like what, $10 a month for, unless you want to get the full year. You can only get it in that ecosystem too. So like going to Game Pass, we know that's 20 a month, right? But you know, recently they have dropped Claire, Doom. I recently ran into this on Nib's page, just to use this real quick. Elder Scrolls 4, Ninja Gaiden 2, Avowed, Indiana Jones for like their games. Call of Duty, we got Ninja Gaiden 4 around the corner, the next Call of Duty around the corner, you know what I mean? Tons of other games, Gears of War Reloaded. Like they're constantly dropping good games, good third-party games and stuff like that. Like you see, like, okay, at least you're justifying my value. As many games as I've beaten on Game Pass this year, they have justified my value. And then this person's coming here saying the same thing. Like if you put these up and put the prices of them, it saves you that much money. So I can say that value is justified. You know what I mean? We know how good Game Pass has been and will continue to be. So Microsoft service going up, to me, is not necessarily terrible in value comparison to other services. Sony is trying to jack the price of Plus up to be literally the same price as almost Game Pass, but the value is not the same. It's disappointing. And they have not been making the monthly better for you guys after jacking up the price already multiple times this generation. I don't see the value here. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot to read here. We're going to get into this. Now, for example, I already got my Switch 2 up. Just to give you guys an example. If I'm just going to be paying $19.99 a year, I will get the full NES library damn near. Not the full, but you get a lot. And Super Nintendo. Let's just look at these two right here and see the difference between this and Plus. And you know what's so cool about this? I can play this on the go. I can play this online with people. It's not just, you know what I mean? Something that's just like a little measly retro. No, you can play it online with people. Stuff you were not able to do back then. You can even get the classic controller set up. You can get any retro controller you go into. Regular Nintendo, Super Nintendo. I think that's a cool retro feel. But automatically, you know, as you go up here, as you see to the side, 2 players, and you can play online with your friends. It's a really cool system. You can even set older settings. You know what I mean? You can rewind, do all that. Save anytime you want. Look at the value of this. Look how much pack this is. This is how you do it. You even get Japanese games, European versions, and because stuff never existed in Japan. I mean, outside of Japan over here for some of those games. And you guys are just seeing how many games they're giving you here. This is just an example, right? You have all the Marios, the Zeldas, Punch Outs. I mean, you have that true, authentic experience. I like their service because it's unique. It's literally having a unique online retro community for a cheap entry fee. And you can play all these games. Some of these games, if you try to buy, they'll cost a shit ton of money because they're just not available to get. I'm not going to try to go out physical hunting and get an NES. I'd rather play this. It's also enhanced, too, to be upscaled. I mean, it's NES, but I mean, like, the other retro communities, too. So you just see that right there, right? You can play all that with your friends anytime you want. Not 64, sorry, that's part of the expansion pack. Sega Genesis is part of the expansion pack. Yeah, all Sega Genesis games online. You know what I mean? Like, this value to me is not that expensive for $19.99. And then for $30 more, you get GameCube, Sega Genesis, Game Boy Advance. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Free upgrade packs. Look at all these games. Super Nintendo. You guys remember the Nobunaga Ambitious, Fatal Fury? Like, you get your money's worth here. This is easily worth $19.99. Are you kidding me? How could you even beat this value? Look at all these great games that used to be on Super Nintendo. How many do you have here? All these can be played online. Mario, all of them, all the great Nintendo games. And they add them every single month. This value, I would rather have, I would rather pay for this over the PlayStation. You see what I'm saying, guys? And if you want to keep going, you will see that you're going to get your value. I want you to take a look at the Game Boy Advance lineup. Then we're going to read more on the Xbox. Because we're looking at value proposition here. Sony's is a ripoff compared to Microsoft and Nintendo's. Golden Sun, are you kidding me? 91 meta. These games are classics. All these games are incredible, high-quality games. You see what I mean? And there's not a single one that you can't play online or screen share. And you can do it as much as you want. You can even do local. And you can share this with people, too. So, you mean to tell me this is not worth that money? You see what I mean? You guys didn't even see. Down here is even Game Boy Online and GameCube. Look at all these retro worlds you could play. It's nuts, isn't it? Including Sega Genesis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 retro worlds. We still got Wii. We still got DS. We could possibly go up to Dreamcast because they say that. You're going to be having all of that. That price is not that expensive to me. Yeah, you guys know what's up with that. Look at these great Sega games. Let's start at the top. For people who don't know about this. You know what I mean? Come on, man. These are Sega classics right here. The original Castlevanias, all that stuff. Mega Man, Sonic, Phantasy Star, Streets of Rage. They're going to keep adding more. But you guys kind of get the point, right? If you want to go take a look at more, you can. You know what? I'll pull up just the 64 for you. They have all the best 64 games. And I want y'all to type in these games and look them up. And you'll see that, yeah, these games are hard to get. Come on, Majora's Mask is right here. European version. F-Zero, Mario Golf, Banjo-Kazooie, Paper Mario, Ocarina of Time. All the games that you want are here. And for people who never got to experience this, they'll be able to do all this. They're all here. GoldenEye, Pokemon Stadium. They didn't just put garbage on here. You know what I mean? They put the best games. Killer Instinct 64 up there, as y'all see. GameCube is there. And you know, there's only 3 games on GameCube, and they're going to be adding more. That literally just came out. Next year will probably be Sega Saturn. Who knows, right? Then literally added this not too long ago, y'all. So you see, everything has that. Look at all these games. All the best Nintendo games you want. Imagine people who didn't get to like ever experience this. They have a whole world to catch up on. Game Boy hasn't been out that long. But there we have it. And then you guys see the GameCube. All that's enhanced, by the way, with backwards compatibility, 60 frames per second. And, you know, kind of like the backwards compatibility, upscaling to 4K and stuff like that. Yeah, they give you that retro enhancement. You can look up the comparisons online. But getting back to Game Pass. So we go down and take a look at this value. It says Microsoft recently raised the price of Xbox game consoles. Then it raised the price of games to $80. Next on the list might be Game Pass, which is going to save the best for last. Over the past year, Microsoft and other companies have been gradually increasing the price of their products and services, blaming things like Trump's tariff war, sticky inflation, shut up, and consumer confidence. Whatever the reason, shareholders don't seem to be bothered with megacorps like JP Morgan, BlackRock, Vanguard, set to earn millions via Microsoft's dividends payouts this quarter. But hey, hedge funds always could be could always use some more, right? So down here is where we see a new notification type called subscription price increase has been added to xCloud website. This is where people saw it at. But of course, and I'm telling you, I think that with the increase of the cloud, expect this. Microsoft's cloud service will get like premium service next gen or coming soon, right? And they are going to charge for that. So they're going to charge a fee for that and other things. Expect more tiers to pop up. The future is definitely subscription, digital stream cloud, that type of stuff. So, expect this. The strings pertain to pop-ups that xCloud Gaming serves to players who enable notifications on the xbox.com/play web app. So this is where people saw this at. We can click on this. It'll take us right over to the page. So then it says Sony hints at PlayStation Plus increase. That's after what I was showing you guys. They still want to increase the price because they feel like the value is, I guess, justified by people who are buying it. But yeah, this is here. This does not surprise me, right? And so we've seen premium. But let's just, let's see here. PlayStation Plus price tiers, right? We got essential, extra, and premium, right? I usually, if I wanted to catch up on some games, I would usually go for this. So what is the price? Let's see. PlayStation Extra 1 month. It's $15 for 1 month. No, dude. See, what Sony's charging, they should be cutting that in half. That's insane. Okay, so how much are they charging for 1 year? I think it's what, like $135 for 12 months of Plus, what I discount. No. I don't know. It depends on what you're catching up on. If you catch up on like a whole generation, yeah, it's worth it. But if you're already caught up, it's not. That's the thing, because Sony doesn't keep adding first party like Microsoft, so eventually it does run dry to a certain extent. But it's good for people who haven't had that yet. But I just can't see the price being justified towards Game Pass and what Nintendo is offering for their memberships. I mean, come on, $20 for a year. And then if you want the expansion pack, like I said, you get upgrade packs with this, free DLCs, all types of stuff. That's not that expensive. It really isn't. Even 3 months for $8, but still, then you just go for the 20 and get it over with. Like I said, that's cheaper than $2 a month. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. We know how good Game Pass is. Like I said, the price increase is coming. It's not necessarily to just focus on talking about negative on Game Pass's video because I kind of feel like that's not necessarily the thing here. It's more like this is what I saw coming. It doesn't affect me because I'm prepared for it. And let's look at these other online services and let's take a look at them. Like I told you, to switch online, even if you didn't want to do all that, and you just wanted the basic stuff, you could just literally do $20 and have the whole year and just pay online and have cloud and all that. But I'd rather just pay the extra 30 and get all this other goody stuff. I have my friends, we can have retro nights. I was thinking about doing retro streaming nights. There's just so much, and they're always adding more games monthly. So every month, every single one of those services gets new games. So you're always getting content. Like I said, you get the European PAL, the American version, and even the Japanese, because there was no such thing as an English version of that. And then you'll get that like, over here. So it's pretty cool. Like I said, I like it. It's only going to get better, and it's unique and it's innovative. So is Game Pass. But Sony service to me is like a more ghetto Game Pass in a certain sense, and PlayStation Plus going up is way worse than Game Pass going up because Game Pass value still was justifiable. See, you don't see me getting mad at this. Now, if they said like hardware, I'm like, why? It doesn't make any sense. It's not justifiable. You don't have the value to do that. Now, Game Pass, yeah, that's the best thing. So they're going on like, okay, you kind of, it's justifiable. And there's going to be some people that probably, on the PlayStation side, why are you not getting mad? It's like, I'm not going to fake anything. I just don't see how this is not negative to me. Now, when we start getting past 25, yeah, we can start to talk. But until we get there, it's still a good deal. All right, y'all, let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out. Have a great day. Pony, sit down.